Hello, this is Michael, atheist and alcoholic. I am attending 90 AA meetings in 90 days. Nothing discussed in the videos will ever undermine the anonymity of AA. So tonight was meeting 41, and the topic was on whether or not it was okay that meetings go over an hour or if they should be strictly limited to an hour. So I'm not going to talk a lot about that. However, there was some consensus amongst a few shares that it does suck when there's 30 or 40 people in a meeting and one person will hold the meeting hostage, just going on and on about something that really has nothing to even do with the topic. And the chairperson does have a responsibility to step in and move it along, wait for a pause and interrupt with a thank you. We need to move on now or something. But if it's somebody's first time chairing or they're for whatever reason uncomfortable in doing that, I get it, but it does suck. So that's all I have about the meeting. I guess I'll get back into the big book. Chapter 4, to Atheists and Agnostics. The author writes, what about people who proved that man could never fly? Yet we had been seeing another kind of flight, a spiritual liberation from this world, people who rose above their problems. So it was asserted that, human flight mechanically was impossible. It was proven wrong, therefore spiritual flight. And I don't want to undermine someone just using an analogy and trying to be I'm trying to be gracious here, so I apologize for the pause. Talking through analogy to make a point about spirituality. I get it. I'm not opposed to that, but this chapter is supposed to be the chapter to atheists and agnostics, a chapter to convince them to at least give this program a try, and I think it's failing miserably, at least for me. So, yeah, so they said mechanical flight was impossible, mechanical flight happened, therefore spiritual flight. Okay. They said God made these things possible and we only smiled. We had seen spiritual release, but liked to tell ourselves it wasn't true. Actually, we were fooling ourselves, for deep down, in every man, woman, and child is the fundamental idea of God. It may be obscured by calamity, by pomp, by worship of other things, but in some form or another, it is there. For faith in a power greater than ourselves, and miraculous demonstrations of that power in human lives are facts as old as man himself. I may have actually even read that part before in a previous video. It sounds familiar. I don't know. I apologize if I did. I guess the best I can tell, he's telling me that I am confused and deluded, which I agree I am, but not necessarily about this. We finally saw that faith in some kind of God was part of our makeup, just as much as the feeling we have for a friend. So this comes up a lot, just the argument that there's things that we can't, sometimes the wind is used as an example. You can't see the wind, but you can feel it, it's there, it's real. It's a terrible argument. We can measure the wind. We now can even measure releases of dopamine or maybe oxytocin. Neurochemically, we have some idea of what's going on when we interact with people we love. And we can see them too. I can see my friend. He's right there. I can grab a hold of him. Sometimes we had to search fearlessly, but he was there. He was as much a fact as we were. We found the great reality deep down within us. In that last analysis, it is only there that he may be found. And so it was so with us. I'm going to repeat that. We found the great reality deep down within us. In the last analysis, it is only there that he may be found. It was so with us. I'm not convinced. So, again, this chapter is to convince an atheist to engage in this program, and it is not succeeding on any level so far as I can tell. And if I'm fucking up and missing something in these arguments, somebody please let me know. Like, I'm open to a different interpretation without such a degree of mental gymnastics that it no longer is true to the text, to the spirit of the text. But if I am missing something obvious, which is possible, please let me know. And that's it. That's all I have for tonight. I will grind through and finish the rest of that chapter. I will read the rest of the big book. Hopefully the other chapters actually resonate more with me. Just talking about what it means to be in the depths of depravity. I should hopefully get something out of that, just about how the program works. And I'm not going to go through paragraph by paragraph like this, but anything that I take out of those other chapters that is useful or that I take issue with, I will talk about in the videos. So that's it for tonight. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys here again tomorrow.